everyone, this is Daisy here, aka Professional High Priestess, and I'm back with a quick channel message. Okay, so today was interesting. So I want to tell you how I got to this message in regards to they're on their way to the lake of fire, and you guys know we be talking about this lake of fire in our earlier channelings. Okay, that's much better. Okay, we be talking about the lake of fire in our various channelings, from like about a year ago. And for those of you who do not know what the lake of fire is, in the book of Revelations, the lake of fire is the second death. It's the true authentic death where your soul is actually stripped and you are disconnected from the tree of life. Because what happens with the lake of fire, it burns with, they say it burns with sulfur, with brimstone, sulfur, etc. And sulfur, any of you who know alchemy, you guys know what sulfur is, the element of sulfur, right? So when we talk about the lake of fire is, it specifically says in the book of Revelations, for the sexually immoral, liars, idolaters, etc., their fate is the lake of fire, which burns with brimstone. And I got confirmation today that these karmics are on their way to the lake of fire. If they're not on their way, they're already in there. And you guys want to know how I came to this conclusion? Okay, so look at this. Do you guys remember how I showed you guys my plants? I had Pamela and their brother Horatio. So somebody told me that the Hawaiian tea, the red Hawaiian tea, Pamela's brand, Pamela's family, that's actually bad luck to have in the house. So even though I love Miss Pamela, I had to take her back to where I got her and get a different plant because I didn't want to bring that energy into my house, So I got a different plant. I got a daylily. So instead, I went and I got a daylily. Now, when I went to go get this daylily, the funny thing is I got a daylily and I got a yucca. So this daylily, her name is Amethyst. This is Amethyst, and then the other plant, her name is I'm just gonna call her Yucca. I like that name for her. So I went to go get this plant, right? Now, this is a daylily, but the funny thing about this daylily, look at what this daylily is called. Look at what this daylily is named, y'all. I cannot make this shit up. So, right, wow, like for real. I didn't see this though. When I first picked up Amethyst, I didn't see this on her. I did not. I didn't even look. Actually, she didn't have one. This was she didn't have one of these marks. I just picked her up and I took her because I wanted to start the buds fresh because I want to, I like to use crystals and spell work, like different oils and things like that on my plants to make them grow more. I did it with my succulents and it's really effective. And plants are alive, so you can bring in more of that like spiritual energy too when you use some of those oils and stuff like that. So that's a major plug. If you're under any type of spiritual warfare, it's important that you have plants in your house. That's how I knew my apartment was being attacked, because the succulent wouldn't grow. She was alive for like 3 years. But she would not get bigger. I was like, what the heck? I would water her all the time. I left her in the sun, everything. That's when I knew attacks were in my house. So when I went to get Amethyst, I picked her up and I went back again because I needed to get a tag. I needed to get the price tag. And when I saw the price tag, when I saw the name of the flower, I was like, oh, hell nah. My ancestor said, oh yes, that's exactly what we're on right now. Confirmation. Tell me that's not confirmation. So let's go ahead and let's tap deeper into this in terms of the karmics are on their way to the lake of fire. No. That's none of my business. That's their tea. Let's see what we got over here. With these karmics are on the way to the lake of fire. They're already on their way. Yeah, all on their motherfucking way. My guys are like, it's not yes. I love my plants. They make the energy so dope. I love the ancestors. What messages do you have? They're on their way to the lake of fire? Yeah, hella confirmation. They're on their way to the lake of fire? Sorry, Pamela, I love you, but I just can't have fuckery where I'm living now. I dealt with enough. Neptune and Lilith. Weren't we just talking about Neptune earlier this morning, y'all? Come on now, y'all. It's like this lake of fire is also, remember we've been talking about these things coming out of the water? This lake of fire, we're talking about people entering water, coming out of water, bodies of water, stuff like that. With this Neptune energy at the lake of fire, these karmics are right now submerged in their own fuckery. That's what I'm seeing here with Lilith. Yeah. The lake of fire, this 8th house, scorpionic energy, but this is also power games, control, violence, trauma as well with the 8th house energy. I feel like with this eighth house energy, somebody here is going to be experiencing the reverse of their behavior. So if they were putting out very toxic, oppressive energy, abusive energy, the energy of domination and control, as they're on their way to the lake of fire, this is going to be their primary experience, is what my guides are telling me right now. And my guides are also saying that this is to teach these karmics how to stay in their lane. Basically, this is not a stay in your lane message, but this is basically what my guys were saying. Stay in your lane. Hold on, let me see. I'm just gonna put the lights on real quick so you guys can see better. Okay. Okay. Dear bright and loving ancestors, what messages do you have? They're on their way to the lake of fire. Yeah, with this Lilith energy, the Jezebels, these Jezebel karmics, the ones that like to put baby traps, the ones that like to start shit, the ones that like to plot and plan, they're getting rounded up right now. And they're all getting put on the same bus and getting sent to the lake of fire. That's what my guides just told me, that they've been rounded up and they're getting put onto the lake of fire. So when you see these females in a group, don't just let them go together in a group. And my guides are telling me that, I said this before, but I'm going to say it again. For a lot of you guys who are dealing with multiple karmics at a time, it's actually by design. I hope you guys have my evil eye necklace. It's actually by design in order to take several karmic principalities and bloodlines off the planet all at once. Because remember, like I said, the lake of fire is the second death. So they're going to be going over there very, very soon because of all this bullshit that they were creating. Look at this 8th house, Lilith and Neptune. This is how a karma. And all of these placements are karmic in Egyptian astrology. Every single last one. And these are considered the evil planets in the evil houses. Yes, these karmics, their wickedness is about to get returned to them. And I'm going to tell you right now, we talked about this in the domination spell channeling. Some of these karmics are going to deal with some real wicked individuals, enemies, because of the shit that they were doing when they get to that lake of fire. Yeah, we see too, these baby traps are getting reprimanded right now, heavy. But I'm also picking up too with this lake of fire energy. Some of these karmics, they don't know that they're going to the lake of fire, but they know they're going somewhere. With this Neptune, I sense a lot of substance abuse, a lot of drinking and smoking and shit like that to get away from what they're about to go into. Ain't fit to happen. The minute they touch that lake of fire, all that, they don't feel all that shit. Let's see. Do I want to clarify with the tarot, or do we want to go, okay. I'm going to be using the, you know what? Nah, my guy said use this one because the archangels have a message. Okay. Clarify Neptune. Clarify Neptune, please. You got the 9 of Swords. Yeah, karma. Didn't I tell you that somebody knows that they're coming? Because why? God is coming. God is coming with that fucking whip. You see how she's about to get into that baby's behind? But you want to see the funny thing is, you see how one angel is like, has the other one on the back, like, let's run and get away. It ain't fit to happen. But all these karmics are getting caught up together. But this is also with this energy too, with this lake of fire, blind leading the blind. Can you see right here? This baby is blind. He's blindfolded, but he's riding on the back of this one, running as she's coming with that whip. So it's like a lot of people were going into things with these karmics, not even knowing what was going on. They're affiliating themselves, associating themselves. This can even be their kids, people who just have to affiliate with them just because, like, it's by force, really, in some ways. And these people are getting dragged with these karmics to the lake of fire too. And these karmics are worried with the 9 of Swords because I feel like with this Neptune, some of these karmics led a lot of people to that lake of fire out of confusion. There was people who were not supposed to be sacrificed that are now going to be sacrificed because of these karmics into that lake of fire. And they're going to be stripped and getting taken off the tree of life. Or very, very low vibing on the tree of life. And they have to build themselves back up to get to the branches. Clarify Lilith. Yeah, my guys just said they try to cut you off the tree of life. They didn't know that you were a whole branch. These karmics did not know that you were a whole branch. They try to cut you off the tree of life. They didn't know you were a whole branch. Those of you who know about the tree of life, if you also study the Kabbalah, the tree of life, you cannot have that tree of life without just one of the branches. They all have to be there, or it's not complete. Like, it's like, because each of the branches too on the tree of life, they're connected to a major arcana in the tarot. Yeah, if you take the tarot class, we'll go into all of that. And this is another reason why this is happening, because you're a major branch on the tree. The karmic is not even a leaf. She's not. And she tried to chop off a fucking branch. And that's why that's why these karmics are getting this. They're going to the lake of fire. She wanted to chop off a branch, but she couldn't even carry the charge to replace or whatnot. They're not even on the tree. That's another thing too. My guys were like, there was no point in these karmics attacking you or doing whatever, Because trying to remove you from the tree of life or whatnot, it wouldn't have done anything for them because they're not even in proximity. They're not even a conduit to being on the tree of life. They're not. They can't even enter to the tree of life because their Akashic records are marked for several lifetimes. They don't understand that. You guys know back in the day, right? When karmics would do low vibing shit, they would mark her entire body with tattoos. You guys remember the mummy? That one karmic, and she started, all the letters and a language started lighting up. Some people would write spells on themselves or maps. So that's something too. But for the most part, some of these karmics, they would get marked with tattoos all over their body because of the shit that they did. Some of these, they're getting marked right now. They're already marked in the lake of fire, and the mark is showing up on their face. This is the scarlet letter stuff right now. Clarify Lilith. They're on their way to the lake of fire. Yeah. She's covered. She was coded in all those codes from past lifetimes, and the ancestors are like, they were watching her frantically trying to saw off the branch on the tree of life, and it wasn't working. And the ancestors are like, what is wrong with this female man, or what is wrong with this male man? And the karma just kept on going. I feel like the ancestors, they saw enough, and they're like, all right, we saw enough to know that she needs to go to the lake of fire. She needs to be removed completely, because that's a final decision. That's why when I saw that lake of fire, I was like, oh, it's over for a lot of karmics. Clarify Lilith. Clarify Lilith. Clarify Lilith. You got the Ace of Swords. Yeah, clarity and truth is coming out about the Jezebels. Yeah, these low vibing karmics that maybe even talk about God, but they're homing in the background or doing low vibing shit sexually or doing hella trifling shit with their reproduction. That's all coming out now with this lake of fire energy. Some of these karmics are realizing too because of the sexual degradation they got into, or what they got into with remember we talked about this with Moloch, those Planned Parenthood rituals, because Planned Parenthood is the system that's now consecrated to that, right? The way that this is happening for this karmic right now is they're realizing that all those different procedures and all that destructive shit that they were doing and all this loose fuckery that they were doing with the sex is why they're in the lake of fire now. Some of these karmics know that they're going there because of this. Trying to separate you and your person, trying to have babies between, it's done. It's done. You're like, the new vibe is motivation. I hope it is. Come closer. Okay. Yeah, and they know. It says, wow, God above all names, God above all the entities and deities. See, some of these karmics are realizing that they're having a hard time with God. Some of these karmics know that they're out of favor. I'm gonna keep it hella real. Some people be like, God loves everybody and everyone can be redeemed. No, they fucking can't. That's why they got people like Archangel Michael and stuff like that to come with swords and destroy the karmics. Duh. Y'all think like, I don't know about y'all God, but I know my God is a very loving, humorous, very forgiving. God is forgiving and patient, motivating as well. But when it's time, it's time. And the God that I also serve is very much wrathful and gives zero fucks. If I can like envision my God and individual, it will be Queen of Swords, Empress, and the Emperor. So that's what I'm kind of seeing right here. Some of these karmics are about to learn how vicious God really is. Some of these karmics are about to learn how protective you really are. Some of these karmics are about to learn that you are favored over them with God. And it's a lot of the shit that they were doing with this 8th house fuckery, Neptune and Lilith right here. What's Lilith? And the Ace of Swords. You got the Page of Cups. Children, I told you some of these karmics are knowing now. They know that whatever they're doing with baby traps, whatever they were doing destructive, going back and forth, getting pregnant, and just going to Planned Parenthood and doing ratchet shit like that, like over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because I understand like once or twice, I get it. But these karmics, like they deliberately do this stuff. And then remember we talked about this, like they get money from multiple men at a time. Like they'll get one from here, one from here, one from here. And this is all coming out. And these karmics are learning. This is why they're going to the lake of fire. They're on their way out. Yeah. And when they get there, they'll deal with Sobek. Clarify the 8th house. You got the devil. Yeah. This is also spell work being done. A lot of these karmics, you guys don't even know some of the shit that they were doing and behind the spell work. They're looking at themselves as mentally ill now. I shouldn't have gone that far. I shouldn't have done that. Because a lot of them know that they're about to get karma for the shit that they were doing with the spell work. And didn't I tell you that some of these karmics are trying to conjure hella entities onto you, sick demons on you, turn your life inside out, cause problems and stuff like that? You want to know what's happening now? This karmic is dealing with enemies that are hella vicious with the devil. Like when you see this, the devil in the eighth house, that's not a good thing to see. This is extreme enemies, like very harsh enemies coming from all sides. These karmics are gonna have to deal with that now because they were trying to bring it to you. They thought it was okay when they were doing it. Now they're gonna deal with it and they're gonna start crying. And my guys are saying that I don't know what's going on with my voice. Sorry about that, guys. But my guys are saying that okay, I just released something for my throat chakra. Okay, good. So when I said that, I guess what was happening when I said that and my throat kind of got like weird and iffy is my guide said on one hand, yes, 1000% these karmics are about to be dealing with like the devil himself in the flesh. Up in that ass, do after them because some of the shit that they were doing. And on another hand, my guys were like, don't let them know all the details. Let their downfall and their demise and this trauma be a surprise. Because they're not gonna see it. My guys are saying it's about to come out of left fucking field. Because the funny thing is you see the devil got his back turned. So this karmic, which is the devil, it says here, seduction and downfall. Yeah, this karmic was seduced by their own downfall. Power seduced them, and now it's their downfall. Okay. What's the eighth house and the devil? It was good that we used this deck. We got the moon, Archangel Gabriel. Yeah. Divine revelations. Yeah, has the power to destroy. These karmics are being destroyed right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, some of these karmics, they have no idea. Like I'm telling you, by the time they realize like what is actually happening, it's too late. By the time they realize like how sinister and how deep it is that what they're doing. Hi guys, I'm so sorry about that. I really didn't know what was going on, so let's keep on going, okay? It's gonna be too late, and I feel like that was confirmation when the stream cut off, you know. And with this lake of fire stuff, I feel like these karmics are trying to repent and give offerings to church and do community service or do nice things, and it's done. Because tampering with you was their sentence. And they have to realize that you shouldn't have stepped into that. Nothing else that you try to do is going to fix any of it. Until you realize that you're a trifling ass, low-vibing human being and realize your place spiritually, this is going to keep on happening with this karmic. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to watch this karmic be destroyed, but it's going to keep on happening. And that's going to be their karma. It's already happening. What's the Nine of Swords, Neptune? They did it to themselves. What's the Neptune, Nine of Swords? Clarify Neptune and the Nine of Swords. Clarify Neptune and the Nine of Swords. Okay, we got the Ten of Swords right here. Archangel Louia. Archangel Louia. Louia, look at this. You got the Ten of Swords. Remember we were talking about this the other day with the Knight of Wands energy, the mental illness. It's the same exact, look at it, it's the same wheel with all those eyes. This with the Lake of Fire energy, that's that Doromeki. This, look at it's covered in eyes. This is Doromeki, what we're talking about, covered in eyes. Remember in the Japanese yokai, Doromeki basically is a demon that gets covered with eyes, and their arms are like elongated extra because of the bullshit that they do on planet Earth. Some of these karmics are realizing that they're about to get marked Doromeki, but it's gonna manifest in a way that they did not. It may not. Of course, they're not gonna sprout eyes from their body, but they could get hella bad skin rashes and shit like that. Their hair fall out, all kinds of stuff. They lose their beauty because they're playing with other people's. That's another thing I'm seeing here too. I feel somebody took jealousy to the next level. Like your beauty invoked real mental illness in them, and this karmic trying to plot your downfall under. Because Neptune is confusion too. In its negative aspect, it's confusion and it's deception. And also drug addiction. Some karmic was on fucking drugs, going after you because of jealousy and shit like that, because they didn't know how to regulate themselves. Because when you're constantly high on sex or drugs or toxic relationships, you can't regulate yourself more properly. So this karmic was doing stupid fuck. But this retrograde right now in Gemini 2 is bringing up a lot of that energy from the past as well. A lot of stuff is coming home to roost all at once for karmics. That's what my guides are telling me. Clarify 8th house. You got the high honor and you got the false person. I told you, didn't I tell you that these karmics are going to be dealing with like a real devil himself because of the shit that she was causing? Look at it right here. Because you're a person of high honor and this person is a false person. Yeah. And now this karmic is gonna have to really learn, like, you know what? This individual that I was trying to attack, or I was trying to be like them, or trying to one up them, and I was running my mouth and trying to make it seem like they were this because I was jealous and da 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 da. I should have never stepped into their energy field, because I did that just to try to prove that I was strong, and it was out of ego and weakness and mental illness. Now this karmic is realizing that you're the official person while they're the false person. Is it a coincidence that the person of high honor and the false person came out at the same time? Yeah. And with this lake of fire, I feel like what was going on is this karmic was able to conceal and hide amongst people, but I feel like the Most High just pointed them out the group and put them on that bus. Like, you can't hide from me. I can see all of y'all. This karmic can't hide from God. They think that they're fooling somebody. That's another thing too. Let's see. All right. Clarify Lilith. Yeah, you got community right here, a group of people. I told you. This is also too with this karmics with these babies. These babies, these multiple children and shit like that with the groups of people. Or this can also be with this lake of fire, okay? You guys remember when I said about sometimes these karmics, when people get affiliated with karmics, you got to be careful because you don't know what you're sacrificing. Sometimes you could be sacrificing their whole bloodline, your children and stuff like that. You got the community with the Page of Cups. This is going to be a whole group of people, their children, their birthright, their spiritual birthright, their chance to have a good life is going to get sold down the river and destroyed because of these karmics. 444 people, exactly. You guys are so good at it. You're like 444. Yeah. And it's 2112 on the chat. That's that world and the hangman. They're realizing this is a Saturn cycle that they're going to be going through. Because you know the world is a Saturn cycle. They're realizing world card 21 and hangman, this is going to be a cycle of Saturn that their children are going to have to deal with because of whatever they did here. That their children are also going to the lake of fire with them for their stupidity. Some people really don't know what they do. They think they do, but they really don't. That's why you got bad health right here. Yeah, some of these karmics already know that their children are going to get sacrificed with them. That's their karma, unfortunately, because they play too much. So the Most High is like, I'm not going to pick how you get to see the karma back. I'm going to deal it to you in the worst way possible so that you stop. Clarify Neptune and the Ten of Swords. You got the message of concern. Yeah, people are finding out. Karmics are learning. They're finding out that stuff is coming up about them. They're finding out that lies and secrets are getting exposed. They're finding out that they're going to like a fire. They're going into in the dream state with the moon card. They're seeing themselves. They're seeing themselves hemmed up. They're seeing the masculine that they're binding going over to the feminine. They're seeing jail time in the dream state. They're seeing all of it. They know what's coming next for them. So let's get into this. Let's go ahead and use the Gypsy Oracle deck. Oh my goodness, guys. I just have to stretch a little bit. Let's keep on going. Yeah, they're on their way to the lake of fire, and nothing's going to stop this. That's why it says here on the Ten of Swords gives revelations in dreams. Some of these karmics before, because the Ten of Swords is also curses too. You know, that's why I talked about that Dodomeki, because that's a curse that you call on yourself. No one's born Dodomeki, like Noriona and Kappa and like the other ones, they're created like that. You turn into Dodomeki because of your behavior. Some of these karmics are realizing what they were doing. Now they're coming to the realization of how deep this shit is. It's about to be for them. Divine feminine, divine masculine, who's watching, divine people who are watching, I'm just gonna keep it hella real with you. You may go through a lot of fuckery and nonsense because of these karmics, but I'm gonna just keep it hella real. You are way more like, you're so in a better position. I know it sucks getting gang stalked and surveillance. It's fucking annoying. It's ridiculous. And it can give you like really bad anger problems and make you want to really destroy somebody. But I'm going to keep it hella real with you. What these karmics are going through is nothing compared to what you went through. I'm going to keep it real with you. What they're about to go through is going to be nothing compared to what they try to put you through. I'm going to tell you right now. And as they're getting put through these different trials and tribulations and basically hazing by the devil, it's going to go reverse. All these different things that these towers that they're trying to create for you and all these obstacles and delays, that shit is going to get brought into their life. And only then are they going to realize that they should have never tried to play God and they did not have no fucking favor with God and the devil don't even fuck with them. These karmics are going to deal with something very harsh, and that's going to be their problem. That's what they get for playing games. Yeah. Death card. I'm telling you, some of these karmics, you're going to even see them pass before as the lake of fire. That's going to be their punishment because they do too much. Thank you. You guys love the energy. Yes, I got a huge, I got this like I think it's 2.5 feet. What's what's this thing called? The Himalayan salt lamp. It's hella big. It's like almost as big as a damn plant. Yes. So don't worry, we're going to be using that in our meditations and all that stuff. Clarify the eighth house. Samael, the devil, false person. Clarify the devil and the eighth house. You got Milady, yeah, and you got foe. I'm telling you, enemies. Some of these karmics are already getting sick because they already know that they can't deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to. Please, God, please, can you just protect me? Nah. God is like, nah, I'm putting you in this situation for you to learn. Sometimes I tell you guys, it doesn't dawn on people what they do until they have to go through it themselves. Then they understand why. Clarify community. What's the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Swords? Yeah, somebody here, this is what the Lake of Fire energy, karmics getting their children's cursed, bringing curses and shit like that upon their children by engaging with low vibrational fuckery and mess. That's what I'm seeing here with Lilith. Yeah, some karmics are about to find out that they literally sold their children to Lilith. Whoo. Didn't that, so we sharecropping again? Y'all sharecropping your bloodline? Y'all know what it means to sharecrop? Back in the day when they ended slavery, you know what they told the slaves? Okay, you know what? You can stay on the plantation and you can rent the supplies, and you can even rent a plot of land to grow your vegetables. And at the end of the season, when we sell everything, you get your money for what you did, and I get my money for what? For lending you the land and the tools. These sharecroppers, these farmers did that on purpose to put these slaves back in slavery. Oh, you know what? The rent went up this month. You didn't sell enough vegetables. Oh, you owe me for this and this and this and this. So basically, these people were just getting they were just slavery again. They were working the land for free. Yeah. These karmics are realizing that they're sharecropping. They sold their children to some force, some spiritual demonic force. And this force is going to be sharecropping their children's energy and their DNA and using it to manifest more vibrational fuckery under satanic altars. Okay. Clarify community and the Ten of Swords, Lilith. Oh, look at priest right here and fertility. Yeah, some karmics that are practitioners, they're going to realize that whatever work they were doing is what sold their children down the river, sold their children to sexual magicians later on, turned their sons into sexual magicians and everything like that down the road, or to be invalid, can't even work, can't manifest for themselves. Yeah, this is what they called. They're going to find this out. Fertility over money. Some of these karmics are going to realize this is happening to me because I needed money and I was so money hungry. Yeah, this clout chasing, guys. This clout chasing that then got somebody put into the Lake of Fire with their whole entire fucking bloodline, their children. Because the Page of Cups is baby girls. Didn't I tell you that whatever entity is out, that these karmics play with, spiderweb, whatever, this thing right now that's on this planet, it wants female energy. It wants divine feminine energy. So even if the child is a karmic, the mom's a karmic, because she's a virgin still, she still has something divine with her. So it's going to take the energy. That's what I'm seeing right here. Ten of Swords, curses. Look at this thing roaming the land. Look. This is not like the telepathic crow that we deal with. This is a whole different beast. And it just roams the land, taking several souls at once with all those eyes. No one can hide. Everyone is marked. These karmics mark themselves, their whole bloodline. Yeah, you can do that. You do work, you do spell work for somebody that's a trifling ass person that got hella karma, instantly. You attack somebody that's a good person, instantly. I feel like these karmics are getting it from both sides, though. But this is also to these karmics that play with this Lilith Jezebel energy, realizing that I feel like some of these karmics now want to have a kid. Now they want to have a baby because maybe Planned Parenthood cut them off, or they trap somebody finally that has money or some shit like that. And you want to know something right here? This karmic they're going to Ten of Swords. This child is going to be their ending. Take that how it resonates. That's what my guides are telling me. This karmic's complete 12th house enemy. And it's not going to dawn on her until her life is unraveling in a really serious way. That why she brought this child into this earth, but she was using this child to play in the first place. What's the moon and the Nine of Swords? You got the falseness. Yeah. This is also too the priest here, these karmics talking about God, and I love God with the Neptune, because Neptune's also spirituality, and I love God, and I'm all like this, and I'm da-da-da-da-da, and they're going to get exposed as devils. And it's one thing too, this is the double speak is what I'm seeing here. This is karma for double speak. And basically double speak is like when you talk out of both sides of your neck. You know when they say you talking out the side of your motherfucking neck? That's some southern shit right there. These karmics talk out the side of their motherfucking neck. They talk about God one minute, the other day they doing some low vibing shit. That's why they're getting reprimanded like this. With the moon energy getting exposed in whole scandals, they're going to the Lake of Fire. Yeah, it's been a long time coming, guys. But you want to know the funny thing is, the card right after that is sigh. And what is she looking at? A river, because she knows she's about to get her ass up in there. Well, I don't want to go, and you're going to watch the Most High drag these karmics into that water. We didn't ask you. It's like, dogs when they don't want to leave the park or they want to go play with their friend, or you know how you be trying to pull the leash and they be trying to sprinkle. No, the Most High is just gonna fling that karmic just like that, pow, and they're gonna fly into the lake of fire. You set me flying when you kick me to the curb. Yeah, the Most High is gonna send this karmic flying because he kicked her ass to the fucking curb. That's that Amy Winehouse. I mean, her other name is Amy, but not Amy, but Amy. But yeah, the Most High is going to send this karmic flying, just like this Ten of Swords wheel that's running around looking for souls to harvest. Yeah, real talk. What's the Neptune? False person? It's on the way. It's with the boat and the anchor. This karmics are stopped. They're anchored. They're stuck. They are right now. And you know what I just heard? Ain't no fun when the rapper got the gun. Who got the gun now? Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine in the chat? Just know that. These karmics are officially on their way to the lake of fire. They can't do anything to you because as they're on their way there, the Most High is behind the fucking bus. Like, what are you doing? Sit your ass down and put your seatbelt on. Yeah, and enjoy the motherfucking ride while you still got time to be cognizant of your life as a human being. Because the next place that you go in, oh girl, you're gonna have a long time to think about all the lifetimes of fuckery. You got distant horizons right here. I'm telling you, message of concern. These karmics already know what's on the way. Oh, I already did the one, Norman. Despair, yeah. You got despair and you got concern. Main female, the karmic, because you're the official person. Yeah. They were trying to tamper with you, do a Cashapp record tampering. Some of you guys don't know that this karmic was going into like some real serious magic that it could have even like killed your person, got him sick or some shit like that. She didn't care just as long as she had a fighting chance to play games. She didn't care. Now this is coming back to roost on this karmic. Now it's despair. I'm gonna tell you right now with the lake of fire, some of these karmics, they may not go get put into the lake of fire, which is the second death, but you know what they're gonna be, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna metaphorically have this dodomeki energy on them, meaning no jobs, no, you can't get a house, you can't go to school, none of that stuff. Because of the shit that they were doing. Period. Yeah, some of these karmics are trying to isolate you, start a whole bunch of shit, causing problems in your life. Cage. The bitch is in a cage now. Look at the Queen of Wands in the cage. Yep, with the owl. But you want to know the funny thing is, it's associated with Athena, but the owl is also associated with Lilith. So think about that. Who be running around with these owls? Lilith, right? So with this Lilith energy, Lilith has been caught. The karmics have been caught. Their whole entire bloodline has been trapped. Yeah. But you want to know the funny thing is, you remember Hedwig? These owls in the Harry Potter film, they were the messengers. They would send messages back and forth. That's done. Didn't I tell you, whatever these karmics are sending out, they're trapped. The Most High is sending it right back to them. No, you're going to the lake of fire, bitch. It's done. Ain't no more spell work. Ain't no more lies. Ain't no more baby traps. Ain't no more gang stalking. Ain't no more games. You went to the lake of fire, boo boo. 666 people in this chat. Look. They're gonna find out too. And this Queen of Wands doesn't just have to be a female. This can be a masculine energy operating out of low vibing female energy too. Because it happens. They're bitches. What's the despair? Yeah, they know. Two of Swords. Yep. And this karmics too with a mask. Yeah, because they got exposed as rats. Big fucking rat. Peter Pettigrew. The polyjuice potion has been exposed and it wore off on a lot of these masculines too. So these karmics have hella shit to deal with. Because I feel like eventually one of these masculines is gonna really go like be. I'm not even gonna say that. Look at the devil right here. What's the devil about? You got the Page of Wands. Wow. What's the devil? And as these karmics are on their way to the lake of fire, you know what they're saying to the devil? He's in love with who I am, the devil. The devil's in love with who I am, as their Page of Swords were probate. Swords sticking out of the motherfucking head, running around bumping into shit. Yeah. What do you call it? They're like, yeah, the devil, he's in love with who I am. Yeah. And this karmic really thought that she was like doing like some, or God's work or some shit like that, playing with the devil. This karmic is like, I'm telling you, this karmic is so confused in their mind. I'm telling you, like, they really do not have it together as are fucking unraveling. Jezebel energy, these succubus, incubus motherfuckers right here. The devil fuck with them, you go over there. Cause somebody loves you, baby. But guess what? The funny thing in this case, the devil don't even fuck with them because he's coming to dish out fuckery right here. Because the devil's severity of God. This says right here, Archangel Samael, the severity of God. That's why I'm telling you, these karmics are gonna deal with something so severe. They're gonna wish they never try to play with you. What's the moon and the, you got the Seven of Wands getting blocked and the Ace of Swords again, yeah. With this lake of fire, a lot of these karmics know that you're divinely protected. The Seven of Wands is divine protection too, divine guidance. You know, a lot of you guys were protected. You guys may have been impacted and felt sad and stuff like that, but you were protected from most of it. That's what I'm saying. It's better that you were on the other end. I know, I know, I know. I don't promote anyone being subjugated or being beat up or just accepting abuse. I don't. I really fucking don't. Because I'm a Leo with the third deacon colored by Mars. So we talking about sun aspecting Mars. Let's get into some shit. For real, for real. But on the other hand, it's better to not be the one dishing out this fuckery. Because look what you get, look what you give up. But you want to know something too? You want to know what my guides told me? They said, don't say that. Okay. My guides did say that because some of these karmas put you through such unnecessary fuckery, it's like you have good brownie points, if that makes some sense. Because you kind of went through the shit that you went through and you alchemized it into like, how do I use this to actually help myself or help other people? So you actually got good karma, even though they're bringing all this fuck into your life. You see, isn't it so weird? Like, I feel like one of these karmics, they don't understand how you operate. They think that you're like everybody else that they attack and play with and stalk and shit like that. But you were the right one to bring this bitch down to the lake of fire. This masculine, this karmic, whatever, it's a family member or old partner or old coworker or old friend. That's what I'm picking up here. This karmic, like, you were the right one to bring her to the lake of fire because she's been playing way too much. Yeah. The most I was saying that you guys transmuted a lot of karma from maybe past lives and ancestry and stuff like that. Yeah. Because of how you transmuted the energy that these karmics were throwing at you. So not only did these karmics make you hella strong, they made you very wise. They made you immune to the most magic on this planet, really, and most entities. But they also helped you clear a bunch of past life karma too, from your ancestry bloodline, to purify your bloodline and stuff like that. So damn, actually, thank you. Because in your efforts to try to be, in their efforts to try to be you or usurp you or one up you or take you out the game, and yeah, we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that. These karmics just actually made you more spiritually stronger than you realize. And that's why they're scrambling, because now they see that you've seen your power and that you're way more powerful than them. Way more. And these karmics don't want you to realize that. Please realize that. That's why with my karmics from day one, I was like, y'all are not, this is not going to go the way you thought it was going to go. Don't be afraid of none of these hoes. Don't be afraid of none of them. Don't be afraid. I'm telling you right now, they're afraid of you. I'm gonna keep it real. This karmic, she may act like, smile with a straight face, so think that I have enough demons and enough spell work and enough practitioners to do whatever. This karmic is afraid of you. That's why the bitch is using magic to try to drain your power and drain your energy or steal your power, because she's afraid of you. Because she's a whack ass bitch. Excuse my language for the cussing. Whack ass karmic. Now she's gonna go play with God. Go deal with that. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Bye.